Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Thank you for joining me today. So, anyway, I was looking up at a quote and it said, "We all eat and it would be a sad waste of opportunity to eat badly." And then they put in their own words saying, "This is especially true in our world of processed and fast foods." Amen, sister or brother. As most of you know, I dine. I dine on things like cottage cheese and maybe 2 ounces of Fage plain Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of peanut butter. I have the little cloth napkin, a little spoon, and I make it last as long as I can because lunch is so far away. So I just spent the morning prepping lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner. It seems to take like an hour to do. Have you ever, here's a question for you, have you ever hankered for something out of your past that was so divine and it just zooms you right back into that safe, naive childhood? Well, I might be in denial about that. But anyway, I don't know why it came to mind, but mint juleps, those were one of my candies, one of my penny candy foods. And I remember having one a few, decades later or something on a whim, and it didn't taste anything like the mint juleps. And that's because things have changed so much, especially chocolate. Because if you're buying regular, on the rack type of candy bars, not the fancy chocolate ones, if you were buying those, then you would probably and really read the label and looked up some of those ingredients, you would see that you're not really eating real chocolate at all. It's chemicals that make you think it's chocolate. So the next time you have one of those little snack size chocolate covered whatnots that's in somebody's bowl on their desk, and then you giggle after, "Oh, tomorrow I'll start my food plan." It might not even be real chocolate. So that's what that quote is about. If you're going to eat, and you're going to have something that probably wouldn't even fit into your tracker for the day, one item, enjoy it if it's real. If it's made with like Julia Child ingredients, like the best cream, the best butter, the best cheese, the best ingredients that money can buy, real vanilla bean, real cinnamon, things like that, enjoy it. Because we don't have a lot of those really mighty darn fine things left. We have to be oh so careful. I was just clipping some coupons in a couple of the things that came in the flyer pack, and there was this beautiful picture of roast beef, and it kind of like a brisket type thing, and it showed it like a summer meal, like with a potato salad on one side and something else on the other. And I can't imagine the chemicals that are in that cute little, I'm sure that the brisket wasn't made with love and care and carefully chosen ingredients that Grandma only knew, right? So I'm here to talk about, choosing better ingredients for what it is that you're eating. What a waste. What a waste of an opportunity to have a wonderful meal if you're just grabbing stuff off the shelf at the store, because there it is, it's on sale, without checking what's going on with the ingredients. I was laughing this morning before I got up, and I said to myself, labels are lies, aren't they? When you read those labels, you've got to understand that one of the things that they say are natural flavorings. What does that mean? It could mean anything. It could be naturally flavored flavors. It could mean that there's, 1/1,000,000% of apple in that apple flavored something something that you're buying. Buying the real deal type of food initially seems expensive until you are satisfied because you're eating real foods, and then you can kind of sit back and realize that, like, oh, this is what she means, having something the real deal, not some combination of a bunch of chemicals that make you think you're having a piece of, I don't know, dark chocolate cake, or a Vienna coffee from, taking a couple of tablespoons of powder and mixing it, learning and wanting to have the real deal and learning how to make it if it's on your own. It's just such an interesting process. And, I really try to keep my ingredients as pure and as cool as I can. Yesterday and today I did a lot of prepping in the morning. Gosh, it takes a long time, doesn't it? Putting out those meals, wow. All the while, thinking that I'll have lots of time to read later in the day if I just get this stuff done. I never do. I mean, it seems my life is 24/7 food. Food purchasing, for food prepping, food eating, food thinking, making lists, checking them twice. Today is shopping day where I work with the women, and so that will be interesting. And of course I love it. The first leg I do by myself, which is like the BJ's haul. They're in groups at that time. And so I will purchase those things. And I was talking to my boss yesterday about the food at BJ's, and it's like the basics are definitely cheaper. They are definitely cheaper. The milk is a gallon less. The milk is $1 less per gallon. Definitely my So coconut milk that I buy there, it's I think $2.69, $2.79, and when it's on sale, even on sale at Whole Foods last week when I was there, it was 2 for $6, so it was still 21 cents cheaper at BJ's. Although that's pretty good for Whole Foods, because at Stop and Shop it's $3.29, and at Shaw's it's usually $3.99. So it's very interesting. And when you start doing the rounds of stores, I'd love to have some of the stores that I see on other hauls, the Costco hauls and things like that, or Aldi's. So anyway, have you ever given thought to upgrading your ingredients? Really stepping out of the same old, and allowing yourself a little elegance, like perhaps buying organic eggs. I saw Pete and Jerry's $1 off their eggs. I'm having eggs for my lunch today, and I will definitely be using that coupon. That saves me, and they're wonderful free-range organic eggs with omega-3s. And omega-3s our body does not produce, and that's what you want to make sure you get a lot of. Omega-3s, in all the studies they're doing, it is connected. Lack of omega-3s connects a little bit to brain diseases later in life. And so you want to make sure you get your omega-3s. Omega-6s kind of take care of themselves. There's supposed to be a ratio of omega-3s and omega-6s, and that's a lot more scientific than I'm able to explain. But you really want to be on the lookout for omega-3 rich items. The whole deal about seafood, to me, it's still kind of iffy. I live on the coast, but I don't know. I think I'm just down to wild salmon at this point. Maybe some wild caught cod maybe a couple of times a year. But I'm not a big seafood proponent anymore. I'm just not trusting what's out there. And what happens to it, and if it's really tested and how it's tested and things like that. When I went to that conference last week, the doctor was talking about omega-3s, and he was talking about cod liver oil. And of course, just like everything else with the food, you can upgrade, and I guess he was not promoting, but recommending Nordic cod liver oil or something like that. And, I don't know. I don't know if you guys would do it. I'm not sure if I would have that tablespoon of it, or maybe buy the capsules. But we're talking an expensive supplement, a very expensive supplement. So look for omega-3s in things like eggs, and don't be afraid to have them every day. That government ban has been lifted on the cholesterol, and so eggs are no longer the demon that they were, along with fat. And so, anyway, I'd love to see you upgrade what your ingredients are and what your choices are with your foods, because, you know, food is medicine and medicine is food. And Hippocrates said that a gazillion years ago. And it's very true today. And we really need to be careful when we're shopping. You need to look at those labels and just be suspect of words they use that, like, well, what does natural flavorings mean? You know, as I was weaning myself from Coffee Mate, I went from Coffee Mate to Coffee Bliss, which is also a Nestle product. And it says, for the ingredients, it says something like cream or heavy cream, sugar, and natural flavorings. And I know that Nestle has done some real dangerous things with baby formula, especially the baby formula that they've sent overseas to all the starving children, especially in Africa. And a lot of people over there had a lot of concerns. It's like, well, this doesn't seem like it could be that healthy for these starving babies. So be suspect of these food producers because they don't have your interest at heart. And all right, so now I'm going to do, oh, it's too late. I still want to do my cooking oil one. So this was just a little Sarah video on upgrading your ingredients, looking for omega-3s in good healthy places like Pete and Jerry organic free-range eggs, things like that, and spend some time with those labels. Be suspicious of wording that doesn't seem to really clarify what that ingredient could be. When you see something like natural flavorings, be suspect, because natural flavorings, they could come from a chemical lab, a great big chemical lab someplace in New Jersey that makes all these chemicals, and then they're sold to all the food manufacturers. And that's what you call the middle aisles. So be very, very careful. Extra virgin olive oil also has omega-3s. So if you're looking for some healthy omega-3s for your brain to get wicked smarter, so then you can read the labels, think of that as an upgrade, if nothing else. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I need some more bulletproof coffee. Thanks for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.